Like and subscribe to the video. Sensei Reality. Prove this message. What's up, y'all? It's me. It's Sensei's Reality. Listen, Triple H has, been, I don't even want to say trying his best to try to, make the right bookings and just, make it to where wrestling need to be. It seems like he's been given chance after chance, month after month, year after slow, dreadful, painful years, and it still has been no improvement. And every time we turn around, it's always, we got this it's a new era. We're gonna have this new era to bring the WWE right where it needs to be. And that's just how the game is going to bring the things back. And I'm going to keep setting the wrong bookings to keep pissing the fans off. And the fans doesn't know this yet, but I'm going to have John Cena tap. Oh, that's going to be brilliant. Oh, let me self-sabotage this company because I'm Donald Trump's boy. So in the back of Triple H's mind, this is what he's saying. And it's been showing and proving that this is exactly what he's been doing. And it seemed like the whole thing is self-sabotage. Like the wrong champions are not, the right champions are not presented with a championship, and they are in a title match. They end up losing. Like, how many times do we see Carmelo Hayes, lose before he just won, last Friday on SmackDown, which was the highlight of 2025. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother conversation for a whole nother video. But we're gonna focus on The Rock, the people's champ, the final boss. We're going to focus on him, the GOAT himself. Now, we've known that when The Rock was in the picture and when he was, the whole final boss storyline, we realized this wrestling was getting back to where it needed to be. It started to feel like that Attitude Era when we always used to see backstage drama, fights that we presented. Behind me, as you can see, when The Rock was whipping Cody's candy ass all over the parking lot and leaving them all bloodied right next to his tour bus. That was something that was missing from wrestling, and how the way The Rock presented it and how he was talking at the same time is kicking some ass down Know Your Road Boulevard and Jabroni Drive and checking Cody right back into the SmackDown Hotel. That right there was something that we was missing. And that was something that, people of the 2000 era that was born in the 2000 era may not know about, and they probably need to do the research of how great and how much of a great impact the storylines were in the Attitude Era days of the 90s. Because we had lots of drama and people really sold it to the point that it was believable within the character of the wrestler. The character that they portrayed within the wrestler, they sold it to the point the way it made you believe that people really actually had beef. Like, we actually thought that The Rock and Stone Cold actually had beef. We actually thought that The Rock and Triple H actually had beef. Wait a minute, let me pump my brakes on that one. The Rock don't really like Triple H, but that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. So they really put The Rock really as the final boss, really put the cinematic value along with the selling point of the realism that made you believe every single word that was coming out of his mouth, with him and Cody Rhodes rivalry, him slapping Cody Rhodes on the when they was doing the whole WrestleMania press run. Things like that are what's missed. And the bookings was how the way it's supposed to be booked. The Rock was in the picture. Things was running smoothly how the way it should. We had a whole bunch of, Cody crybabies, as The Rock stated, which they were, that don't know anything about wrestling. And they were probably born in the 2005 and 2004 era. So they really wasn't familiar with what must-see TV value. They wasn't really familiar with that part and that side of what wrestling would bring to television screens at every single home, that was televised with wrestling on it. So when I saw that, and then I see how it is now that The Rock is not in the picture anymore, because I guess I think it's some backstage differences and disagreements with The Rock and Triple H, and how the way Triple H is running things, and The Rock I don't think The Rock liked that. I know he didn't like that at all, how the way, you know, Triple H saw things in the front. Because, you know, they all sit in this office, in this room, and they give takes on what they feel like should be brought to the storylines, you know, segment within the company. So I know The Rock didn't agree with a lot of things that Triple H was saying, because a lot of things Triple H was, you know, that he says, it doesn't make any sense and it doesn't really relate to the fan base that will keep the fans engaged. So that's why you see the WWE right now, they over here at ESPN, you're like, what the hell is the WWE doing at ESPN? It's because you got somebody like, you know, Paul Levesque, you know, he doesn't know what he's doing. He tried, but he's just failing, and it's not. Now it's looking, like I said, now it's looking as if like Triple H is self-sabotaging the company, because it's no effort that I'm seeing, and it's inconsistency that I'm also seeing, and it's like enough is enough. It's like how many times are you gonna make TKO look bad? So I thought it was TKO's doing, but I looked at it and I thought about it again. I was like, no, this is Triple H is doing. You know, so my apologies to TKO, because they get a bad rap, or because of what Triple H is doing. It's making it look like it's them, because they, you know, they over all of it, but they've given Triple H this title as creative head, and he's not showing that he's a creative head. He's more like a ick head instead of a creative head. So it's like he's really gotten in the way of the Final Boss storyline, which could really like brought a lot of ratings. It could have brought a lot of viewership from people that probably wasn't watching wrestling, that probably wanted to see what was going on, that was like new to being into watching the whole wrestling entertainment. And that's what The Rock was also bringing. He didn't get a chance to really fully bring, because of Triple H getting in the way of things. So and messing it all back up again. You know, like it's somebody, like if you got a bed made perfectly, and then somebody just go and just sit on it and just mess up the whole bed that you just made, which they weren't supposed to even be in the room. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on right now in the WWE. And Triple H is trying to play cleanup, because in another video I'm going to make, it's going to be about Triple H parting ways and stepping down. And I don't want to say early 2026, but it's in the first quarter, I think, you know, part of 2026. I think Triple H is said to be stepping down due to all the backlash, and of course, you know, him getting booed out of Madison Square Garden. Like, a lot of people are not rocking, are not really, like, you know, believing in Triple H anymore. It's like, it's nothing you can do at this point. You've been given, you know, 2 years, maybe more, maybe 3, and it's just no improvement at all. I mean, for God's sake, you got WWE over at ESPN, when it should have just been at Peacock, and it should have been stayed right there. And I don't even mind if you bring the pay-per-views to Netflix, but ESPN just sounds like you don't really know what you're doing, and you're just trying to just chase a bag, and you can't chase a bag if you don't have no game plan. You know, it just will not go right, because you're going to end up making that other company of ESPN look like, man, they making them look even worse, because they already look bad anyway. Because ESPN, like, they got a bad resume on themselves as far as like with, you know, people of color. So they're trying to fix that up still. But yeah, the Final Boss storyline could have been supposed to be The Rock versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, what I think, 39, 40. It's supposed to have been at WrestleMania 40, if I'm not mistaken. It's supposed to have been Roman Reigns versus The Rock. That was the whole pitch of what was supposed to happen. And then, you know, you get Triple H once again, you know, some way with him being a creative head, he didn't think that, I guess, that would be a good idea. And it's just like, how does it not be a good idea? Because you got the tribal chief versus the head chief. And whoever wins is going to take over as the head chief. Not just the head of the table, but the head chief. And the crown is going to be passed, the torch is going to be passed down to Roman Reigns. So you see what I'm saying? So it's like, the storyline makes sense that way. And it was going to draw a lot of ratings out of this world. Probably that probably would probably do close to probably maybe like 5, maybe like 10 million, maybe plus. That could probably reach the billion status. If you like, you know, count like over through the years, like, you know, in its totality with the numbers, with the number system, with generating with viewership and things of that sort. So yeah, man, it could have been a real special situation, but you know, Triple H has gotten in the way, and he's also been getting in the way of the past, you know, years with himself by trying to look like he knows what he's doing when he doesn't know what he's doing. His wife probably knows more of what to do than he does, but like I said, at this point, it just looked like self-sabotage, and it's time for him to get out of the business of creative head and pass the torch to either bringing Mick Foley back or bringing The Rock back. Simple and plain and simple. It's Sensei's Reality. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will be back with more wrestling news with what I've just stated about Triple H stepping down and why is that. And WWE 2K Game Talks is coming soon as well, but WWE 2K26, hopefully we get something different this year, and if not, I will not be buying. Sensei's Reality, message approved. I'll let y'all later, like and subscribe. It's always love. One love, peace.